Would you like to finish it, Captain?
I don't know how.
That is not true, sir.
Normally, Star Trek is thought of as having near-perfect characters that have no major flaws or vices, but your character is very complex and has some trouble. So what was it like to play this type of character in the world of the future Earth utopia that is Star Trek?
I love it. I love it. I think she's perfectly imperfect. I think she's more human than any character I've ever played. You know, maybe not everybody, but I think the majority of us are haunted by things that we've done in the past. Maybe we have regrets. Maybe we wish we were someplace else. Maybe we wish we had taken a different turn. And I love the fact that Rafi's a really smart woman. She's really trying to be there for the people who need her.
It's definitely different than any other project where going in and it's already established and it already has an incredible fan base. People are expecting it. People can't wait. It's kind of a dream come true to have a built-in audience already. But it's also amazing to see how, like, going back and watching Next Generation and getting to see what elements we take from that and then grow on with it.
Alison, what was the most difficult piece of medical technobabble that you had to pronounce?
I can't remember. It's so funny because I honestly, it's not that I get...
You just nailed it every time.
Well, I don't struggle a lot with babble most generally. Pretty good with the babble. But I will also say, yes, there are moments of real exposition where we just have to talk about which planet and why. But there's so little fiction in the midst of the interpersonal relationships on board that it is kind of an easy story to tell because it remains such a human story to tell.
Evan, question for you. What is your key to playing a Romulan?
That's actually a really good question. Before I landed the part of Elnor, you know, I knew a lot of stuff about Romulan culture and stuff, but once I read the script, I found myself having to question a lot of stuff I knew. All I can really say is he wasn't raised like the typical way that Romulans were. He's had a very different upbringing, and it shows in the show. I can't say how, but it's very, very obvious.
Does he suffer from any PTSD from, like, losing his home world?
He has a sense of abandonment, and there's almost like he almost has this like blissful ignorance. He doesn't quite understand how the world operates, and it was very fun going into things and just experiencing them how he would experience them for the first time. I mean, like lying. He didn't know what lying was.
Great.
And for someone to go up to him and be like, I've got a carrot on my head, you know, he would take that word. Yeah, where's the carrot? I believe you, but I just don't see it.
Santiago, what was the most difficult part of fake piloting a futuristic spaceship? Or was it just super fun?
Was trusting that they were going to put the holograms there. And,
You're still not entirely
which
certain.
I'm still not sure about. In the trailer they're there, yeah. I've done some ADR and they're not there yet.
Did you do any research for that? Did they tell you to look at any?
Well, I was kind of, the first research was going to watch Star Trek and just see how they would pilot, but it was just sort of like this, but we managed to get a sort of control in there. And for me, it was looking at maps of the Federation, where it was, where the other planets were, and where the neutral zone was, and I kind of had those stuck on my wall at home just to kind of have some sort of geography of where we were going. So, and I ended up coming up with, you know, with like, I would always do like certain patterns for things to be consistent, so when we took off it wasn't just a random thing. I had like 2 buttons and a thing.
And you communicate that so that, like, this, again, the special effects people know?
They're there, so you can ask them anything, and, you know, yeah, so they're great.
It's pretty magical.
Yeah.